Hi, this is Rich Formadoni from KORG USA. We're here at Winter NAMM 2013, and this is the KingKorg analog modeling synthesizer. It's a 24-voice, 3-oscillator, 2-timbre synth with tons of flexibility and loads of real-time control. If you're a live synthesizer player, you're going to love everything that KingKorg has to offer. So the fact that it's got 3 oscillators and 2 timbres means that you can play huge polyphonic sounds. And you can stack those sounds together and create a gigantic monophonic lead. There are 5 octaves of keys, which gives you room to do some creative things like splitting the key bed. There are 200 gig-ready presets on board the KingKorg, and some of them sound very familiar. And you'll also find some sounds that are great for covering some modern tunes as well. Now you can select the sounds by category. So for example, synth, lead, bass, brass strings, and so on. These buttons can also store your favorite sounds for quick access. Here's a sound in the bass category. So you have lots of great funky sounding basses. There's some more aggressive stuff that's good for things like dubstep. And some things that are good for house music. And here's another good example of that. Now you can see I'm doing a lot with the joystick over here. It can add sounds and add modulation using our virtual patching system. It also is controlling, as I mentioned, the filter. The filter is one of the most crucial elements of any synthesizer, and it's a huge part of KingKorg. You can see we've got individual OLED displays for the different sections. The filter here, we can play with KingKorg's own original filter design, or we can model filters from classic synthesizers. So I'll show you what I mean. Here's the OB filter. Here's the P5. And here is the MG. Here's the acid filter. And here's the MS-20. And just like the original, if you crank up the resonance, it howls at you. So very aggressive filter sound, very true to the original. Now you'll also find some acoustic instruments built in, such as acoustic piano. These instruments have been sampled, so in addition to the modeling synthesis, there's also some PCM multi-samples. Here's an electric piano. And a clav. So lots of cool things to do. There's a built-in arpeggiator as well. And a 16-band vocoder is built in. On the right side of the keyboard, there's a dedicated envelope and LFO section with convenient switches for filter and pitch control. On On the left side of the keyboard, there's an effects section that's very similar to our SV1. So for example, in the pre-effects section, I can call up a decimator. For a quick lo-fi touch, I can tap the knob to turn the effect on and off. Over here in the mod effects, I've got stomp box style effects like chorus, flanger, and phaser. And over here in the reverb and delay section, I've got all kinds of ambience, including a tape echo that behaves just like the real analog thing. To the left of the effects is a dedicated two-band EQ, and finally, over here under this grate lurks a real analog tube. So we'll take this bass sound, and we'll turn on the tube to give it a little warmth. Now we'll crank up the drive. And now we'll turn on the boost for an over-the-top distortion. So, on the back panel you'll find your inputs and outputs, pedal connections, and a USB port for connecting to a computer. So here you can use our librarian software to organize your sounds. So, it sounds as good as it looks. That's KingKorg. Thanks very much for watching.